You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down. The door is closed. The door is closed. The door is closed. The door is closed. You're by a stream in a gentle valley. You're by a stream in a gentle valley. The door is closed. You are in a gentle valley near a stream tumbling along a rocky bed. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully. You're in open forest, near both a valley and a road. The grate is locked. The grate is locked. At your feet, all the water of the stream splashes into a 2-inch slit in the rock. Further on, the stream bed is bare rock. The stream tumbles along a rocky bed. You're by a stream in a gentle valley. You see a small brick building. The door is closed. There's nothing to do with it here. There is a bottle of water here. Nothing. That is... There's no... There is food here. You're inside a building, a well house. You're inside a well house. You see, that is useless right now. You're inside a well house. You can't go. Set of keys. You have unlocked the grate. You're in a 20-foot depression floored with bare dirt. Set into the dirt. Small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cobbles leads inwards to the west. There's nothing there but stinky trash. It's getting difficult to see in here. Brass lantern. The lantern is now lit. You are crawling over cobble. You're crawling in a low passage. That won't work here. You are in a debris room filled with stuff. You can't go further west here. It says Zizzy. It says you're in a room filled with debris. An awkward canyon leads to the west. You're in an awkward, sloping east-west canyon. You could catch the bird, but cannot carry it. There's no use for that here. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. A white mist, usually water, seen from time to time in caverns. It can be found anywhere, but is frequently a sign of a deep pit leading... You're at the east end of a vast hall stretching a little dwarf. Watch out! There's nothing to do with it here. Nothing happens. There must be a way to cross this fissure. You're on the east bank of a wide fissure. There's nothing to do with it here. Nothing. That won't work here. You could never pull it out no matter how hard you try. Nothing happens. You're in a low room. Looks like you're in a low... There's no use for... There's no use for that here. You're in the hole of the Mountain King, with passages off in 5 directions. A huge green fierce snake. It would be dangerous. It would be dangerous. It would be dangerous to try and catch the snake. You're in a secret canyon which runs east and west. It crosses over a very tight canyon 15 feet below. If you go down, you may not be able to get back up. The canyon here becomes too tight to go further south. You cannot hoist yourself up there. It's too high and steep. Whoa. The canyon runs into a mass of boulders. It's oily. Why stick your hand in it? There's the plant. The plant. Bottle of water. The plant spurts into furious growth for a few seconds.
Water. Water. Water.
There is a 12 empty bottle. Empty bottle. Your bottle is now full of oil. You're in bed quilt. Don't give up. Keep trying. This is an old coral passage. It's now blocked by debris. You're in a cul-de-sac. That's just construction materials. Unfortunately, nothing you can use, though. That won't work here.
Whoa.
Oh my. What was that? You need to be a little closer to climb that. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. You see a sturdy ladder. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back at... Don't give up. Keep trying. You've crawled around in some little... You've crawled around... You've crawled around in some little... You've crawled around in some little holes and found your way blocked. You've crawled around in some little... Don't give up. Keep trying. You've crawled around in some little... You've crawled around in some little... You've crawled around... You've crawled around it. Don't give up. Keep trying. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. You've crawled around in some little holes. If you need help getting out of here, I can give you a hint, but it will cost you 3 points. If you want the hint, do not go west. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound... Don't give up. Keep... You've crawled around in some little holes. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound... You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage. Don't give up. Keep trying. You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in... Set of keys. You've crawled around in some little... You've crawled around in some little holes and wound... You've crawled around in some little holes and wound up back in the main passage.